traveled to 46 states so far. We do seminars around the country at no cost to schools, veterinary schools, medical schools, hospitals, for CEUs, whatever, elementary schools, high schools, the whole bit. And the kids are amazing. I mean, of all the groups we teach, everything from veterinarians to physicians to, second and third graders are the most amazing. They ask the best questions. They totally get it. If he has a sign on that says "Don't touch," don't interact with the team at all. Now I have one on Gander that says "Ask to pet," and so if they ask, then we'll allow that to happen. But I teach them a protocol for doing that, how to approach a service dog, and then to know that their interaction with the service dog isn't going to be the same as it is with an ordinary dog. They need to be infinitely more cautious. We show them all the aspects of the dog. Gander has a great deal of fun. As we go along on our travels, we also do planned acts of community kindness. And those planned acts of community kindness are things we've identified in advance that are needs by people. Hi. Thanks. And those needs are like somebody may need an adaptive wheelchair, somebody may need a scooter, or somebody may need crutches, or any number of things. And we'll get the community together and see if we can't provide that. And then the third phase of what we've done over the last couple of years is work a lot with homeless veterans and going actually into the camps, seeing what they need, and then trying to provide them with survival bags that'll help them, get through the summer, get through the winter. We try to hand them out 2 or 3 times a year and make it climate specific. Sleeping bags, ground pads, things like that they need, food. And these are guys that, for one reason or another, aren't going to be really good in the system. We've noticed that everywhere we go in the country, the demographics are different. We tend to look for people, like in Colorado Springs, you can tell different times of day in different areas. You can tell where the people who are active alcoholics and drug addicts are, and where the people who have just been economically or emotionally displaced are. 2/3 of those people are not there because they're alcoholics or addicts or have done anything wrong. They're there because they've been, something's happened in their life that's, pushed them out there. And there are places like in Colorado Springs where you'll see as many as 100 to 200 tents pitched, or people just living on the ground, with ground claws, and they tend to congregate together, and they tend to protect one another, and they take care of one another. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Some of the homeless encampments. We find that about 20% of the people that we encounter are veterans, and we tend to serve them first as we can, and then encourage them to get to services wherever they can. So whenever we go somewhere, we try to do as many things as we possibly can while we're there. We've got portable showers. We've got an outside shower. They can actually shower. We can use that to carry equipment with us. We've got volunteers around the country. Gander's got almost 400,000 followers on social media in different areas, and we'll tell people in advance that we're coming, and people have been really kind about helping us. Well, I got Gander later on. I was injured in the service. I had a lot of things that happened in the military, but things really didn't. And then I had things that happened before the military that were exacerbated by the military. And so, I have what's called complex PTSD. I think you've seen that in some of the films you've looked at. And so that was exacerbated in the military. So, and then I also had autoimmune arthritis, and I've broken, because of martial arts, I've broken probably every bone in my body. So at one time, there are times when I literally can't get up out of a chair. It's that difficult. But it was several years later that I recognized that I had a need for a dog, and just on the off chance that I saw a thing on television, and I called the agency right away. And contacted them by email, and they encouraged me to do an application. I got with my doctors. It's an arduous process. They just don't give away $35,000 dogs, and which thankfully I didn't have to pay for. And 7 months later, which is really extraordinarily short, they paired me with Gander. I was terrified. I thought, gosh, what if the dog doesn't like me? What if this dog, what if this dog becomes more of a burden in public, because people are wanting to know why you have him and all those things. I was terrified. I really didn't think so much about, what was going to happen, other than it was all bad things until Gander came into my life. And then it was all, for the first 4 months, it was really difficult. You have people stop you. We can't get from one end to Walmart to the other, or any store from one end to the other without getting stopped probably 20 times. What kind of dog is that? And I encourage people not to do that. With handlers. With us, we sit down, we talk to them, we tell them why I use Gander, what he's about, what he does, and then I also give them a card. And on the card, it has a list of service dog etiquette rules, and one of those is, don't interrupt a team in the future. That dog is medical equipment, so we want them to have access. It was a long learning curve. 4 months of a lot of anxiety. When I first got him, he's everybody. We have an expression among all the people that know him really well, and they say Gander knows, and he knows when you're not feeling well. And he'll attend to you. He won't leave your side. If we're with friends and he knows I'm okay, and something's going on with you physically or emotionally, he'll go park himself right next to you, and until to kind of indicate that he's there for you if he needs to be. He's tuned into everything at all times. It's kind of crazy, but he's always tuned into me. So even if he were playing with one of his friends, I give him permission to play with about 3 or 4 people who he adores in life. And if I just make a slight sound, he's always checking. He'll go catch a ball, and then he'll look to me, see if I need anything, and then he'll play again, then look to me. And if I make a single sound, he'll immediately come back to me right away. And so he's always on task. Well, you got to see Gander work when you came in. You came in me very quickly, and one of Gander's tasks, from a psychological point of view, one of Gander's tasks is to get up and create space between you and me, and he did that right immediately. When he saw you coming quickly in my direction. But he's not aggressive. He doesn't bark, or he's not gonna bite you or anything. He's just gonna make sure that I have room to breathe. So. He's always at work, and I've used him at different times for mobility issues. When I first got him, it was mostly for mobility stuff, and now mostly for PTSD kinds of issues. And then also now he's become kind of a training model, for places all over the country, like you were talking about. And we'll do seminars, and I'll show them what he's able to do. He can pick things off the floor. He can open doors, turn on lights. He has about well over 100 tasks that he can do, that can assist me when I need to be assisted. Anybody who's ever met Gander knows that he's different, even for a service dog. I mean, any service dog is extraordinary. I mean, it's amazing the work they do, and the work they do in some conditions when things are really hard. But in Gander's case, you notice right away there's something special about Gander. Everybody always goes, he looks like a wise old wizard, or he looks like a bodhisattva, or he looks he just right away gives the illusion that that something's going on, and it's true. Anybody who's ever met him can tell you that Gander has a special sense about most things. Yeah, Gander was the 2014 American Kennel Club Award for Canine Excellence, their service dog hero for that year. He was the only mixed breed that ever got that, which was kind of cool. And then 2016, he was the service dog hero for the American Humane Association, their annual Hero Dog Awards, and on Hallmark Channel. And he was the Rotary International Home District Humanitarian Patriot Award winner. He's won, a lot of awards and things like that for the work we've done. And, we tend not to talk about those very much. It's like that's not why we do anything. We get no financial gain from what we do. We get and we really don't care about the merit badges.